All right, hey everybody. This is Benny, and this is a final on the what decade-old Al Wood Appreciation Group build. So I finally finished it. Well, actually, I finished it a week or two ago, and I did a video on it, but it it wasn't that great, and somebody was breathing into the camera, and so I deleted it, and now I decided to do another one. So this is what I did. Um, the de Havilland Comet 4B, which most of you probably know was the very first successful jet commercial airliner. She had little problems in the beginning, kind of major problems when you think about it. At first thought due to her big square panoramic windows along the side, but it was later found out it wasn't the windows actually, it was the way the frame was around the windows. Instead of gluing them, what they did was punch riveted the frames around the windows, and eventually those started to form cracks around from the rivet holes, and you know the results. I stopped chewing on that, and well, I had a couple of them busted up in the air, and de Havilland finally figured out why that was happening, and afterwards they went to brown windows, just like everybody else. De Havilland, the Comet kept flying up until the 60s, I believe. And actually, a version of the Comet known as the Nimrod, which is the military version, I think it's a sub hunter, is still flying. So let's get to the actual kit. All right, there it is. It's an okay kit. It's an old Airfix from 1980. Decals were unusable, yellowed, not that many. So I got a set of decals from these guys, and it actually came with everything I needed to make decals for the 4B and the 4C, which was pretty cool. It even has a paint guide on it. No good decals, all except for the tail. The tail decals seem to be a little thicker. You know, I tried to put it on, you know, it didn't exactly fit around the tail, and it kind of had some overhang, and it didn't stick all that good. So 26 decals gave you the option of painting the tail with the round logo by itself, or the entire red with the round logo. I painted it with, look you two, I painted it with nail polish. And nail polish is so easy to use, probably the easiest paint I've used. With mix it 1-to-1 with lacquer thinner and just spray it on. Dries quick, dries smooth. It almost matches, really close to matching the decal stripes. Yeah, I like nail polish. Just go to I got it from Dollar Tree for $1. Just about any color you're looking for in nail polish. So yeah, that worked out good. This looks crooked, but it's not. It's just the way, see, just the way it's angled. I tried to do some weathering on it, and it turned into garbage. I probably should have put another coat of clear on it because it started to eat through. So I'm like, well, I'm going to stop. These decals here, super thin, and they'll fold up on you easy. That's why one of them's missing. But this is all one decal from front to back. Very easy to apply. Just take your time doing it, and it even matches up like it's supposed to. The nose, I had to paint the nose. The cockpit, it actually has a glass cockpit, but it also has a decal to cover it up. And the windows are made with this stuff here. Does a great job on windows. I even used it on my Hawaiian Pilot. I'll show you. I'll show you that in a bit. Instructions for this kit. Very old. Like I said, it's from 1980. But this thing was probably tuned up in the 50s. So kind of weird, because what they want you to do, let's see if we can get that in there. What they want you to do, put your doors on, paint it while it's separate. Put your decals on it while it's still separate. It gives you a little tool to punch out the holes for the windows. Then put your clear windows in it. And then put it together. Like that's not gonna work, because you'll have a big huge seam. It did have a bit of a seam that had a lot of work on it to get it straightened out, and then it, you know, gets you to put the rest of this stuff on. And then you'll have a big seam right here, and you'll have a big seam right here. So no, I did it normal, put it all together. Wasn't going to use those windows anyway. Landing gear, pretty robust landing gear. Front, the front I had to use landing gear from something else, because, all right, Lilith and Tiberius chose to play around right here while I'm doing this. What was I just saying? Oh yeah, front landing gear. It got lost because it sat up here for so long that it's somewhere. I might have vacuumed it up, or it's in a can, or it's somewhere up here. So the front landing gear got lost. So I found landing gear from a 707, same scale that I'm going to put in flight. So I put it on, and then some cat jumped up there and knocked it down where it was sitting, and front landing gear got lost again. So I had to grab landing gear out of a 727, same scale that I'm going to do. So I guess I'll be putting that 727 in flight. So now she has landing gear for from a 727. Same size, looks good. Can't really tell. I had to, not yet. I had to put some, Juniper wants to get up there. I had to put some weights in the front, which I didn't think about at first, so I had to put them in through cockpit glass. Luckily, it goes on from the outside. Just put a bunch of BBs in there and some epoxy, and it's just enough. The nose is not too heavy, and it sits right. So, yeah, there's nothing really to show you on here. I used, for paint, just some Krylon satin white. I really like that satin white because it doesn't look like this, and it's a good looking white, and it's not, you know, not shiny, it's not flat. For this I used AK dull aluminum, and I think that looks good. Wait a minute, Juniper. And like I said, for the tail, nail polish, a color called Maryland, named after one of our favorites, one of our favorite babes of all time. So like I say, there's nothing really to see on the bottom because I didn't even do any weathering on the bottom. Like after the top, like I'm gonna leave it. See, I had to blend that in. Had a really bad seam right there, really bad fit right here, so it took a lot of work to get that right. And one of the doors are missing off the front. All right, so for our brother Al Wood, this is Appreciation group build finally done. Not a really easy kit to put together, especially when some kids kept knocking it down. Broke the tail off once, broke the horizontal stabilizer off once. Landing gear got lost, door got lost. Cracked it right here. Yeah, wasn't fun. I'm gonna have to put it somewhere way out of the way so they don't get to it. So anyway, this is Benny, and this is where we are. Appreciate you watching. We'll see you.